Hey guys, just a 9-pound hammer. I want to make a comment here, guys. A lot of times you're going to see in which I produce a tone and put the microphone to a speaker or to when I'm doing a tone injection. I need everybody to please understand. There is a characteristics and a relationship or frequency response that takes place between the microphone and the speaker and the amplitude of the output that we're inducing into the speaker, and the relationship of how the microphone and the input circuit and audio chain of the radio reacts to that. When you're doing an audio tone into a radio, the right, true, proper way is to do it internally into the mic jack or directly clipped into the audio chain or into the circuit. Typically, we come right out of the function gen, go directly into the microphone cord with a 1 kilohertz tone. Well, that's the way that we normally do it. Sometimes when we're just doing, looking at the radios, and we're wanting to get an understanding of how the frequency and characteristics is of the radio, we'll take and put a tone into a speaker and hold the microphone. If you remember the old 1970s and 1980s B&K CB test equipment that was made for doing this stuff, all theirs were done that way. They had a circle pad in which you put the microphone to and you injected a 1 kilohertz tone at however, 50 micro, whatever it caused for. Guys, when you see me doing this, I need you to understand that there's different variations. You got to understand that you can overdrive a microphone circuit or an audio circuit externally with the function generator or the amplitude of a frequency. So, when you're messing with this stuff, you can overdrive the radio and get a real nasty, dirty, or pinched off sine wave that can be a characteristic that you're causing, not even be anything to do with the audio chain. It can be due with the fact that you're overdriving the input signal into the audio chain. That's why I always recommend go with the set factory, 30 microvolts, 30 to 50 microvolts, 1 kilohertz tone into the input jack, where you have baseline grounding and shielding between the cable into the input. And when we do that, guys, we use this piece of equipment. This piece of equipment will go into the input of the radio, the mic jack, will come from the function or signal gen or whatever we're using, and we'll clip on here. We throw the transmitter into transmit and we inject a tone. That's completely different, guys, than if you see me injecting the tone through a microphone. There's quite a bit of difference in the characteristics that comes to play in those two different test modes. I like to do a microphone test through an external speaker that I have measured and know the frequency response and the range and the amplitude in which I need to put into the speaker to get the closest characteristics to my voice. And that's what we do here at 9-Pound Hammer at my bench. We figured out how to get the right amplitude and the right amplitude going directly into a speaker to do those type of tests without overdriving the input circuit. And you have to have equipment to do that. I had a couple of people make a couple of comments, and I just want to explain. Guys, I ain't no big, elaborate, freaking technician or nothing. This is all hobby for me. There's things that I learned, there's things that I'm learning, things that I'm learning along the way. So it is what it is. I ain't God. I just enjoy the hobby. 73s.